Let us continue with the section of cryptography. In this section, we will discuss about asymmetric encryption. Public key cryptography is the most revolutionary concept in last 400 years. In public key cryptography, that is asymmetric encryption, two related keys, public and private keys are used. Public key may be freely distributed while its paired private key remains a secret. The public key is used for encryption and for decryption, private key is used. The main difference between these methods is the fact that asymmetric systems use two keys rather than one employed by the symmetric schemes. One of the keys can be publicly shared while the other must be kept in private. Let us come back to example of Alice and Bob. This time, Alice and Bob don't ever need to meet. First, Bob buys a padlock and a matching key. Then, Bob mails the unlocked padlock to Alice and keeping the key safe. Alice buys a simple lockbox that closes with a padlock and puts her message in it. Then, she locks it with Bob's padlock and mails it to Bob. She knows that the mailman can't read the message as he has no way of opening the padlock. When Bob receives the lockbox, he can open it with his key and read the message. This only works to send messages in one direction, but Alice could buy a blue padlock and a key and mail the padlock to Bob so that he can reply. Or instead of sending a message in the padlock secured lockbox, Alice could just send Bob one pair of identical keys. Then, Alice and Bob can send messages back and forth in the symmetric key lockbox as they did in the first example. Now, I will summarize this real-life example. Bob generates a key pair consisting of his public key and private key. Bob then publishes his public key and Alice fetches it. Alice then generates a temporary symmetric key and uses Bob's public key to securely send it to Bob. Bob then uses his private key to unlock his copy of symmetric key. Bob and Alice can use those symmetric keys to securely send messages back and forth. In the next lecture, we will see advanced types of asymmetric encryption.